Hello everybody, my name is Ray Cotolo, and this is Racing from the Grandstand. Welcome everybody to episode 2 of this great webcast that I'm doing. You can see right here I am sporting my Breeders' Crown apparel as one of the biggest preps for any Breeders' Crown race. Well, not any race, more the 3-year-old Colt Pacers happened this week. It was the eliminations for the Meadowlands Pace to prove who is best. And first up, we're going to send it off to our favorite track announcer, Ken Workington, to announce these amazing
Rock and roll dance at 4-1. They're on gate for the 5th race. Here they come. The Rob, all-star legend in a rock and roll dance leaving out of there. Better's Edge from the inside. Sweet Lou just floats away in 4th, unhurried here. Shake, Rattle, and Roll is 5th around the first turn. State Treasurer got away 6th. Then it's Simply Business and Hurricane King Cole. All-star legend strides out here for Sears, leads it by 2 1/4 on Better's Edge. As Sweet Lou gaps in 3rd, and here comes a rock and roll dance up on the outside, and he'll go on to challenge for the lead with Jingra. Past a quarter of 27 seconds flat. A rock and roll dance, and there goes Sweet Lou to the outside quickly. All-star legend from the inside will soon be 3rd, and Better's Edge is under a tight rein in 4th there by T-Trick, and Shake, Rattle, and Rock is next in 5th. All over the T-Trick helmet here as the pace appears to be slowing in. State Treasurer takes to the outside with Simply Business and Hurricane King Cole, and the big favorite Sweet Lou strides up here and looks to clear a rock and roll dance past the half in 54 3/5, 27 3. So Sweet Lou lands up front here. It's Sweet Lou by a very tight length. A rock and roll dance is all over his helmet there, bump drafting with State Treasurer coming after him. First up now, 3rd now, 2nd to challenge. They head to 3/4. Simply Business tracking intently, but he's gapping the cover. 4th on the outside. All-star legend is shoveled to 5th. And then it's Hurricane King Cole setting up his charge there. He's caught behind the gapper. Then Better's Edge on the inside, pinned in, and Shake, Rattle, and Rock. And 3 wide comes Hurricane King Cole. It's Sweet Lou in 1:22 2/5. Sweet Lou here, and game first over is State Treasurer on the outside. A rock and roll dance has no racing room and has lots of pace to offer here. Up on the far outside comes Simply Business and Hurricane King Cole. Sweet Lou trying to bend him up. A rock and roll dance is free now, and he's coming late, but too late. Sweet Lou gonna be Sweet Lou, and he holds off a rock and roll dance and Simply Business and All-Star Legend. 149 1.
Sweet Lou took the first Meadowlands Pace elimination in 149 1, just holding on to win by half a length over a rock and roll dance, and finishing third was Simply Business, and All-Star Legend finished 4th. Topping off that group, finishing 5th, State Treasurer. So those 5 will be heading to the final next week. But if you saw in that elimination, Sweet Lou barely held on to a rock and roll dance. And later on, you will hear my opinion in the weekend preview about the Meadowlands Pace. Coming up, elimination number 2. It was carded as race 6 at the Meadowlands racetrack. And here we send it to Ken Workington. Take it away.
The 2 at 7-2. On gate for race 6. 2nd pace elimination. Here they come. They're off. Bolt the door on the far outside. I Fought the Law. Those 2 gunning out. Heston Blue Chip urged on as time to roll. And Petrock from the inside. And they're 4 deep around the first turn. They barrel. It's Heston Blue Chip. Bolt the door is being urged on by Mark McDonald. And time to roll is going to settle in. So I Fought the Law goes up 4th on the outside of the quarter. Petrock is filling the gap 5th and leaving I Fought the Law out there. Then it's Thinking Out Loud off the speed, followed by Mel Mera and Hillbilly Hanover. A torrid fraction there, 26-2 off the turn down the backstretch. Heston Blue Chip. Time to roll on the outside. Dashes up to take the lead now with Andy Miller. So both the doors right there in 3rd. And filling the gap now is I Fought the Law 4th. It's a length to Petrock 5th. Thinking Out Loud is 6th. Then it's Melmera 7th. Hillbilly Hanover edging to the outside, looking for some live flow here. As Time to Roll cleared, and Heston Blue Chip has to grab in there with Tetrick 54 to the half mile. Time to Roll. Time to Roll now strides out by 2 on Heston Blue Chip, hitting the far turn. Whip up on Bolt the Door. Pet Rock 4th on the outside, first up now. I Fought the Law 5th on the inside. Thinking Out Loud grabs that live cover. From the back comes Melmera underway, and then it's Hillbilly Hanover. But it's Time to Roll. Heston Blue Chip anxious from the pocket end. Tetrick now. Deuce pops there and comes after Time to Roll. From the inside, Bolt the Door is 3rd. Pet Rock is 4th. To the outside, Thinking Out Loud. 1:22.1 in the stretch drive. Heston Blue Chip after a pocket ride. Heston Blue Chip strikes the lead. But watch for Bolt the Door. He's splitting horses, looking for some sort of racing room there. And Pet Rock is trying to rally on the outside with Thinking Out Loud. Heston Blue Chip almost home. Pet Rock is coming. Heston Blue Chip. Heston Blue Chip. Thinking Out Loud. Then Pet Rock and Bolt the Door and maybe Melmera with Time to Roll on the inside. 1:49.
The racing from the Grandstand, 3rd selection in the 2nd Meadowlands Pace elimination. Heston Blue Chip took it at 1:49 flat. Finishing 2nd was Thinking Out Loud. Wait, that's this first elimination. Finishing 3rd in that race was Pet Rock. Bolt the Doer was 4th, and topping off that group, Time to Roll finished 5th. So those 5 will be going on to the final next week. If you did not hear, on Thursday the 5th, I need to get my dates right. Thursday the 5th at the Meadows, harness racing history was made, but I'm not going to tell you until after you watch this. So to that, I send it to the voice, Roger Houston.
Halfway home in 1 minute 4/5. On to the backside, Herculot Hanover is 2nd. Racing 3rd, Jet to My Lou. 4th is Pretty Sydney Ridge. Down the backside, Blizzard Warning 5th. Racing 6th, going to the 3/4 mark, Rock on Mermaid. Racing 7th, Batting Righteous, and treading the field, Millennium Rain. Going to the 3/4, here comes Chip to My Lou. Now 3rd, now 2nd, and after the leader, Caspian Caviar. 3/4, 1:30.2, 29.3, backside. Ready to go, 3 wide off the turn, Pretty Sydney Ridge. Waiting on the lightning lane, Herculot Hanover. Down the stretch they come, Caspian Caviar. Herculot Hanover in the lightning lane, Chip to My Lou. Herculot Hanover. It started March the 15th, 1983 with Red's Folly. Today, with Herculot Hanover, a new all-time record in harness racing for winning driver, Dave Palone, 15,181.
Well, there it is, folks. 15,181. Herculot Hanover, Dave Palone for Jim Arledge Jr.
After months of waiting for this moment to happen, Dave Palone beat Hervé Fillion's all-time dash-winning record of 15,180 this Thursday aboard a 2-year-old trotter trained by Jim Arledge, as you may have heard from Jack, who works at the Meadows. Definitely unexpected for him to win on a 2-year-old, and as Roger Houston said, it all started in 1983 with a horse by the name of Red's Folly. Now let's hear Dave Palone's thoughts about reaching this historic milestone.
Go into the passing lane, she ran in a little bit, but when I straightened her up, I knew there was no doubt she was going to get through. And it was like 1,000 things going through my head right then, you know? It's like, this is actually going to happen right now. I can't believe it.
We congratulate Dave Palone on reaching this historic milestone and hope he still brings his winning ways at the Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Also this weekend was the 58th edition of the historic Yonkers Trot, as Goo Goo Gaga went off as the 1-5 favorite. And if you remember, he is not eligible for the Hambletonian as he is sired by a pacer. So to see what happened in this race, let's take it to John.
Third, Corey Callahan settled down. Goo Goo Gaga still about 6 lengths from the lead, and left far back is Moscolo up the backstretch, and Archangel is cruising right along. Archangel by about 2 at odds of 9-2 as market share comes to the outside of Storm and Norman. Goo Goo Gaga's got to go now. They've gone 3/4 in 1:25-1. They're on the final turn. Archangel challenged by market share on the outside. And Goo Goo Gaga, almost in the same spot, has jumped off stride. At the top of the stretch, Archangel now challenged toward the inside by Storm and Norman on the outside. Market share, Goo Goo Gaga won't get there tonight. It's Archangel holding play. Storm and Norman. Archangel takes the Yonkers Trot final. Archangel, Storm and Norman, and market share 154-1. And then Goo Goo Gaga and Moscolo.
The homebred, the hometown hero, the Yonker homeboy, whatever you want to call him, Archangel, the New York super horse, took the Yonkers Trot final in 154-1, which is a stakes record for the 58th edition. And I just saw that, and it was very impressive. He is eligible for the Hambletonian. If you want to see more stuff on the Hambletonian Trail, go down to the description, and there should be a link. I'll send you to the website. It'll bring you selections, and also lead you to the Hambletonian Society website. So, Archangel, definitely a horse to watch further on in the year. Goo Goo Gaga, you can't throw him out just for this one race. But I think there was something with the track, because, as John Hernan said, he broke in pretty much the exact same spot. So, now it's time for the weekend preview.
The line, Robert Hitchcock, tremendous hit, Bob Hitchcock holding on, double strength to David Offenberg, Santani V and Anthony Caruso third, 150.
In the weekend preview studio right now, and at this point we will meet the field for this week's featured race, the $600,000 Meadowlands Pace. In the Meadowlands Pace, Sweet Lou is the likely favorite after just narrowly holding on to win his elimination in 149-1 over Rock and Roll Dance and a closing Simply Business. Now my selection is a Rock and Roll Dance, who is much, much the best out of all these 3-year-olds, but they just don't know it yet because he was trapped in, got racing room late, and as long as he gets a second or third over trip or finds a way to get racing room late, he'll win this. For second, I like Bolt the Doer, who also did not get racing room in his elimination, had to settle for fourth. He can always get a good trip. He fights hard in every race, like in the Max Hempt, where he did not lose the lead because a Rock and Roll Dance just got the better trip. He fought hard, so I have him for second. And for third, I have Thinking Out Loud, who met misfortune in his elimination, clipping wheels with Pet Rock, losing ground, but still finishing second, who could have beat Heston Blue Chip. So I have him for third, and for fourth, I like Pet Rock, who was the horse that clipped wheels with Thinking Out Loud. He has not had any luck racing, but I think this race, he'll finally get luck to get the minor money. So I have a Rock and Roll Dance over Bolt the Doer, over Thinking Out Loud, and over Pet Rock in the Superfecta. Also this weekend is the Mistletoe Shalee final, where you can't go against American Jewel. If you want to use your money for a good way, donate it to a homeless person or use it to buy groceries for your family. But then again, if you bet it against her, you're giving money to the racetrack, so do whatever you want. Also this weekend, our trotting preps for the Hambletonian and Hambletonian Oaks, the Stanley Dancer and the Del Miller. You can check those out at hambletoniantrail.blogspot.com. I'm sorry I'm talking fast, but I have to meet the deadline for YouTube because it's stupid. I'm Ray Cotolo signing out. See you next week, folks.